Fact 1. The universe is expanding like a gentle breath when you look up at the night sky. It feels as though the stars are fixed in place, eternal and unmoving. But in truth, the universe is constantly expanding, stretching outward in every direction like the slow, steady inhale of a sleeping giant. This discovery was first made in the 1920s by astronomer Edwin Hubble, who noticed that distant galaxies were moving away from us. Their light stretched into longer, redder wavelengths. Imagine blowing up a balloon and watching little dots on its surface drift apart as the rubber stretches. The dots themselves do not move, but the space between them grows. In a similar way, galaxies are carried away from one another by the stretching fabric of space itself. What makes this even more astonishing is that the expansion is not slowing down. It's accelerating, as if some mysterious cosmic force, what scientists call dark energy, is gently but persistently urging the universe outward. To think that everything, from the smallest grain of sand to the largest galaxy cluster, is part of this great, quiet drift makes the universe feel both vast and strangely peaceful. The expansion is so subtle that on the scale of human life, it is invisible. Yet when seen through the eyes of astronomy, it becomes a cosmic lullaby, the slow rhythm of creation itself. Fact 2. Stars are the night lamps of the cosmos. Each star we see twinkling in the sky is like a lamp shining from unimaginable distances, many of them so far that their light takes thousands, even millions of years to reach us. When you gaze at a star, you are not seeing it as it is now, but as it once was, long before human civilization even existed. Some of those stars may no longer be alive. They may have burned out into silence, yet their light is still making its way across the universe, arriving at our eyes as a final farewell. Stars are born in clouds of gas and dust, where gravity pulls matter together until nuclear fusion ignites, releasing energy that radiates outward as light. This process can last billions of years, with stars quietly shining like guardians of the dark. Our own sun is a medium-sized star, burning calmly for nearly 5 billion years, and with enough fuel to continue for another 5 billion. The gentle constancy of stars is what allows life to exist. They keep time in a cosmic sense, marking the ages of galaxies, the unfolding of space, and the story of everything that has ever lived. Their shimmering glow is a reminder of the deep stillness that lies beyond, a stillness where light drifts endlessly like whispers in the night. Fact 3. The universe may contain trillions of galaxies. When people first looked at the sky through telescopes, they thought the Milky Way was the entire universe. But as technology improved, astronomers realized that the faint smudges of light scattered across the darkness were not just stars, they were entire galaxies, each holding billions of stars of its own. Today, it is estimated that the observable universe may contain over 2 trillion galaxies. That number is so vast that the human mind struggles to imagine it. Picture holding a handful of sand. Within that handful, there are thousands of tiny grains. Now imagine that every grain of sand is a galaxy, each with billions of suns, planets, moons, and mysteries. Even that comparison falls short, for the universe contains more galaxies than all the grains of sand on Earth's beaches combined. Within those galaxies lie endless possibilities. Alien worlds, exotic phenomena, and perhaps even life forms that dream beneath their own starlight. Yet despite their staggering number, galaxies are often separated by enormous distances of empty space, drifting apart in the quiet dance of cosmic expansion. The sheer scale can feel overwhelming, but it can also be comforting, for it reminds us that no matter how small we feel, we are part of something unimaginably grand, a story written in starlight. Fact 4. Cosmic background radiation is the universe's oldest whisper more than 13 billion years ago. The universe was born in what scientists call the Big Bang, a sudden burst of energy and matter that created space and time itself. The aftermath of that birth still lingers around us, invisible yet detectable as a faint glow known as the cosmic microwave background radiation. This radiation fills the universe like the softest hum, a relic from the time when the first atoms were forming. Imagine a child's lullaby that continues to echo long after the singer has gone to sleep, gentle, faint, but still present. That is the essence of the cosmic background. A lingering warmth left over from creation, stretched and cooled as the universe expanded. Discovered in 1965 by accident when two scientists were trying to eliminate static from a radio antenna, this background radiation became one of the most important pieces of evidence for the Big Bang theory. It is the oldest light we can see, a window into the infancy of everything. When scientists study it, they are, in a sense, listening to the heartbeat of the newborn universe. To imagine that every inch of space around us is softly filled with this ancient glow is like knowing that the cosmos itself is wrapped in a quiet memory of its first moments. Fact 5. Black holes are the silent guardians of gravity. Few phenomena capture the imagination as strongly as black holes. Those mysterious regions of space where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. They form when massive stars collapse under their own weight, squeezing matter into a point of infinite density called a singularity. Around this singularity lies the event horizon, the boundary beyond which nothing can return. To an outside observer, a black hole is a shadow in the fabric of space, a place where the known laws of physics are stretched to their limits. Yet despite their frightening reputation, black holes are not cosmic monsters roaming the universe. They are natural consequences of gravity, silent guardians that shape galaxies and regulate the lives of stars. At the heart of most galaxies, including our own Milky Way, lies a supermassive black hole, millions or even billions of times more massive than the Sun. These hidden giants may help to stabilize galaxies, anchoring them with their immense pull. Though we cannot see black holes directly, we can observe their influence. Stars whipping around invisible centers, gas heating to extreme temperatures as it spirals inward, and even gravitational waves rippling outward when two black holes collide. To contemplate them is to step into a dreamlike space where reality bends, where time slows, and where silence reigns absolute. Fact 6. Nebulae are the cradles of stars if galaxies are the grand cities of the universe. Then nebulae are their nurseries. A nebula is a vast cloud of gas and dust, often stretching for light years across space, glowing in delicate colors when lit by the energy of nearby stars. To the naked eye, they might seem faint or invisible, but through telescopes, they blossom into breathtaking shape-spillers, wings, veils, and spirals painted in shades of pink, green, blue, and gold. Within these glowing clouds, gravity quietly pulls hydrogen and helium together, forming clumps that grow denser and hotter until nuclear fusion ignites. This is the moment a star is born, a cosmic heartbeat that begins in silence. Some nebulae, like the famous Orion Nebula, are still birthing stars today, each one destined to shine for millions or billions of years. Others, like the Crab Nebula, are remnants of a star's explosive death, a supernova whose brilliant light once outshone entire galaxies. The dual role of nebulae, both cradles of creation and tombs of endings, makes them deeply poetic. They remind us that in the universe, life and death are not opposites, but part of a great cycle, woven together in glowing clouds that drift like dreams across the night sky. Fact 7. Galaxies dance in cosmic harmony, though. Galaxies seem isolated, drifting alone in vast oceans of space. They are not entirely solitary. Gravity pulls them toward one another, and over millions or billions of years, they interact, collide, and merge in slow, graceful dances. When galaxies meet, their stars rarely collide, directly because stars are so far apart, but their mutual gravity stretches and twists them into new shapes, sometimes forming long tidal tails of stars that arc gracefully into the void. The Milky Way, our home galaxy, is currently on a slow-motion collision course with the neighboring Andromeda galaxy. This meeting will occur about 4 billion years from now, blending the two into a single, larger galaxy. To us, it sounds catastrophic, yet in cosmic terms, it is more like a dance, a slow embrace of two great spirals weaving together under the quiet guidance of gravity. Astronomers have simulated these mergers on computers, and the results are both majestic and serene, two spirals approaching, intertwining, and finally settling into a new shape, a cosmic waltz, billions of years in the making. These dances remind us that even the largest structures in the universe move with rhythm and grace, like partners swaying to music too slow for us to hear. Fact 8. Time flows differently in space. One of the strangest truths about the universe is that time itself is not constant. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time flows at different speeds depending on gravity and motion. Near massive objects, such as black holes or neutron stars, time slows down relative to areas farther away. This means that if you could hover near the edge of a black hole and then return to Earth, you would find that far more time had passed here than for you. In a sense, you would have traveled into the future. Astronauts on the International Space Station experience a very tiny version of this effect, because they orbit Earth at high speeds and are slightly farther from its gravity. Their clocks run a little faster than ours by only milliseconds, but measurable nonetheless. The idea that time is flexible, stretching and bending under the weight of the cosmos, is both unsettling and enchanting. It makes the universe feel less like a rigid machine and more like a dream, where the rules of hours and minutes soften, where reality itself moves to rhythms we can barely comprehend. When we sleep, time feels slippery dreams. Last seconds yet seem like hours end in the cosmos. Time bends in a similar, mysterious way. Fact 9. Dark matter is the invisible framework of the universe. When astronomers observed how galaxies spin, they noticed something strange. The stars at the edges of galaxies were moving too fast, as if being pulled by an invisible hand. According to the laws of physics, those stars should have flown apart into space. The only explanation was that there must be unseen matter, far more than the stars we can see, holding everything together with gravity. This unseen substance is what scientists call dark matter. It does not emit or absorb light, making it invisible to our telescopes. Yet it makes up about 27% of the universe. Imagine building a house. You see the walls, the roof, the windows, but the hidden frame, the beams, the nails, the support structure is what truly holds it together. Dark matter is like that hidden framework, invisible but essential, shaping the growth of galaxies and the large-scale structure of the cosmos. Though we do not know what it is made of, its influence is undeniable. Scientists imagine the universe as a vast web of dark matter, with galaxies clinging to its filaments like dewdrops on spider silk. To think that most of the universe is made of something we cannot see is humbling. It makes us realize that our view of the cosmos is still incomplete, like gazing at a painting but only seeing faint outlines, while the true masterpiece remains hidden in shadow. Fact 10. Dark energy is the silent force behind expansion. If dark matter is the hidden skeleton of the cosmos, then dark energy is its breath. While astronomers were studying distant supernova in the late 1990s, they made a shocking discovery. Instead of slowing down, the expansion of the universe was speeding up. Some mysterious energy seemed to be pushing space itself outward, stretching galaxies farther and farther apart. This invisible pressure, which makes up about 68% of the universe, is known as dark energy. Unlike dark matter, which pulls things together, dark energy pushes things apart, a strange and silent force that dominates the destiny of everything. What it truly is remains unknown. It could be a property of space itself, or something entirely beyond our imagination. The effects, however, are profound. If dark energy continues its work unchecked, the universe will grow colder and emptier over trillions of years, with galaxies drifting apart until their light no longer reaches one another. Yet there is also something strangely comforting about this inevitability. The universe, like a great chest, slowly breathing outward, exhaling its energy into silence. The thought of dark energy is like contemplating the calm rhythm of sleep. Steady, quiet, infinite. It reminds us that the cosmos, in all its vastness, is still wrapped in mysteries, still whispering secrets we have only begun to hear. Fact 11. Black holes are the silent hearts of galaxies. Black holes are among the most mysterious and mesmerizing objects in the universe. They are born when massive stars collapse under their own gravity, squeezing all their matter into a singularity, an infinitely dense point where the known laws of physics no longer apply. Around this point lies the event horizon, the invisible boundary beyond which nothing, not even light, can escape. From afar, black holes seem terrifying, as if they are cosmic monsters devouring anything in their path. But in truth, they are quiet and graceful, shaping galaxies with their immense gravity. Astronomers now believe that at the center of nearly every galaxy, including our Milky Way, lies a supermassive black hole, millions or even billions of times more massive than the Sun. These black holes act like anchors, holding galaxies together as they spin, and though they devour matter, they also give birth to beauty. When gas and dust spiral into them, they heat up and glow with extraordinary light, sometimes producing jets that shoot across thousands of light. To imagine a black hole is to imagine silence so deep it bends time, a stillness so powerful it warps space itself. For sleep, the thought is not frightening but soothing, a reminder that even in darkness, the universe has a quiet center, a heart that pulses invisibly, guiding the rhythm of galaxies. Fact 12. Quasars are the beacons of the distant universe, while black holes are often thought of as dark. Some of the brightest objects in the cosmos are powered by them. Quasars are brilliant beacons that shine from the edges of the observable universe. They are formed when supermassive black holes consume matter at an incredible rate, creating disks of gas that glow hotter than millions of suns. Some quasars outshine entire galaxies, visible across billions of light. To us, they are like lighthouses in the cosmic sea, their light traveling through space for eons before reaching Earth. When you look at a quasar, you are seeing not only incredible brightness, but also incredible history. The light began its journey billions of years ago. When the universe itself was young, quasars serve as markers, helping astronomers map the distant cosmos, measure expansion, and trace the web of galaxies. In a sense, they are time machines, allowing us to peer into the deep past. Their shimmering brilliance is humbling. To imagine a single point of light glowing so strongly that it rivals galaxies, traveling patiently across the void, finally arriving at our eyes. After an unimaginable journey, like dreams that linger across years. Quasars whisper of persistence, of endurance, of ancient flames that still burn in the farthest reaches of space. Fact 13. Pulsars are the universe's cosmic clocks. When certain stars die, they collapse into neutron stars, objects so dense that a teaspoon of their material would weigh billions of tons. Some neutron stars spin rapidly, beaming out jets of radiation like cosmic lighthouses. These are pulsars, named for the pulses of energy we detect on Earth. Some pulsars rotate hundreds of times per second, their signals arriving with such precision that astronomers compare them to cosmic clocks. They are so steady that scientists have considered using them as natural navigation systems for spacecraft. Imagine, in the quiet vastness of the cosmos, these beacons spinning tirelessly, sending out rhythmic signals that echo across space. To fall asleep imagining pulsars is like listening to the ticking of an ancient clock, steady and reliable, reminding us of order amidst the seeming chaos of the universe. Each pulse is a whisper from a dead star, a remnant that continues to sing long after its fiery life has ended. Some even believe that, in the distant future, pulsars may help guide humanity across interstellar distances, their steady rhythm pointing the way through the cosmic night. Fact 14. The universe has no center. One of the most counterintuitive truths about the universe is that it has no true center. When people imagine the Big Bang, they often picture an explosion from a single point outward into empty space. But the Big Bang was not an explosion in space, it was an expansion of space itself. This means that every point in the universe is moving away from every other point, and to an observer anywhere, it appears as if they are at the center. Imagine raisins in a rising loaf of bread. As the dough expands, all the raisins move away from one another, yet no raisin is at the center of the expansion. In the same way, galaxies drift apart in all directions, carried by the expansion of space. This realization is strangely comforting. It means there is no privileged place in the cosmos, no single spot that is more important than another. We, sitting here on Earth, are just as central to the cosmic story as any galaxy billions of light years away. This symmetry brings a sense of equality, a reminder that we are all part of the same unfolding fabric. For sleep, it is like a lullaby. No matter where you are in the center of your own view of the universe, and that view is just as valid as any other. Fact 15. Cosmic background radiation is the universe's first whisper when the universe was born, 13.8 billion years ago. It was hot, dense, and filled with light. As it expanded, it cooled, and eventually, the light was freed to travel through space. This ancient light, stretched into microwaves by the expansion of the universe, still fills the cosmos today. It is known as the cosmic microwave background CMB, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, discovered in the 1960s by accident. The CMB is one of the most important pieces of evidence for the universe's origin. To scientists, it is like a baby picture of the cosmos, showing what it looked like when it was only 380,000 years old. To us, it is a soft hum, a gentle whisper that has been echoing for nearly 14 billion years, reaching every corner of existence. Though invisible to our eyes, sensitive instruments can detect it, mapping its tiny variations, which tell the story of how galaxies would eventually form. To imagine lying in bed beneath this glow is to imagine being wrapped in the oldest blanket in existence, a warmth that has endured since the dawn of everything. The CMB is the universe's lullaby to itself, a reminder of its fiery birth and its gentle expansion into silence. Fact 16. Dark matter is the invisible skeleton of the cosmos. When astronomers observe the movements of galaxies, something puzzling emerges. The stars on the outer edges move far too quickly to be explained by the visible matter we can see. If gravity were only coming from the stars, planets, and gas clouds, these galaxies should tear themselves apart, and yet they remain whole, their spiral arms intact, their stars dancing in graceful orbits. The explanation is something unseen, something we call dark matter. Though invisible to our telescopes, dark matter makes up about 27% of the entire universe, outweighing all the ordinary metastars, planets, and by a factor of 5. We cannot see it, cannot touch it, but we can feel its presence in the way it shapes galaxies, bends light, and holds clusters of stars together. It is like the skeleton of the universe, invisible but essential, giving form to the cosmic body. To imagine dark matter is to imagine walking through a forest at night, where the unseen roots and branches shape your path, even though your eyes cannot trace them. In a sleepy state, it is comforting to think that something unseen surrounds us, holding galaxies together gently, silently guiding the cosmos with invisible hands. Fact 17. Dark energy is the silent breath of expansion. If dark matter is mysterious, dark energy is even more so. While dark matter pulls things together, dark energy pushes them apart. In the late 1990s, astronomers discovered something astonishing. The universe is not just expanding, but expanding faster and faster over time. Instead of slowing down, as gravity should have caused, the expansion is accelerating. The best explanation is an unknown force that fills space itself, a kind of anti-gravity energy that drives everything apart. Dark energy makes up nearly 70% of the universe, yet we know almost nothing about it. Imagine a balloon being blown up. Each part of the surface moves farther from the others as the balloon inflates. Dark energy is like the breath inflating the cosmic balloon, but instead of slowing down, the breath grows stronger with time. For us, lying quietly at night, the idea is both mysterious and soothing. The universe is stretching, expanding into itself, carried gently by an energy we cannot see or measure directly, like the slow rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in your sleep. The cosmos, too, has a rhythm, an expansion that continues endlessly, quietly pushing galaxies apart in the vast night. Fact 18. Galaxies are islands in the cosmic ocean. When we look up at the night sky, the stars seem scattered randomly, but in truth, they are part of a much larger structure. Our own Milky Way is one galaxy among perhaps 2 trillion in the observable universe. Galaxies are vast islands of stars, dust, and gas, bound together by gravity, drifting through the dark sea of space. Some are graceful spirals with arms that curl like seashells. Others are elliptical, glowing spheres of ancient stars, or irregular galaxies twisted into strange shapes. Galaxies merge and reshape each other, creating new bursts of stars in their cosmic dances. The Milky Way itself will one day merge with our neighboring Andromeda galaxy, billions of years from now, forming a new, larger galaxy. To imagine galaxies is to imagine floating islands, each with billions of suns, each with countless worlds, each perhaps with life staring up at their own night skies. They are like lanterns on a dark ocean, drifting but shining, their light carrying across billions of years. For sleep, the thought of galaxies is soothing, that the universe is filled, not with emptiness, but with glowing islands, each one a story waiting to be told. Fact 19. Cosmic webs connect the universe like threads of light. Zoom out even farther, beyond stars, beyond galaxies, and a new pattern emerges. Galaxies are not scattered evenly through space. They cluster together, forming filaments and walls, leaving vast empty voids in between. This structure is called the cosmic web, a network of galaxies and dark matter that stretches across the universe like the threads of a spider's web. It is delicate and immense, with strands hundreds of millions of light-years long, glowing faintly with the light of billions of stars. Scientists believe this web formed from the tiny fluctuations in the early universe, seeds that grew into great structures over billions of years. To picture the cosmic web is to imagine lying beneath a vast, luminous net that stretches forever, holding galaxies like jewels on its strands. It is a reminder that nothing exists alone. Even galaxies are part of a greater whole, connected across the void. For a sleepy mind, the image is beautiful. The universe itself is woven, a tapestry of light and shadow, fragile but enduring, infinite, yet connected. Fact 20. Time flows differently in the cosmos. Time, which feels so steady and predictable in our daily lives, bends and shifts when measured against the scale of the universe. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time moves differently depending on speed and gravity. Near a massive object like a black hole, time slows compared to regions farther away. For an astronaut near the event horizon of a black hole, minutes might pass, while for an observer far away, centuries could slip by. This strange effect is not science fiction, but science fact, tested with precise clocks and satellites in orbit. Even here on Earth, time ticks slightly faster on mountaintops than it does at sea level, though the difference is too small to notice without instruments. To think of time as flexible is to step outside of our daily rhythm, and imagine the universe as a place where clocks cannot be trusted, where the past, present, and future weave together. For sleep, this idea is soothing, because it suggests that time itself is not rigid but soft, flowing like a river. As you close your eyes, you are not bound by strict seconds, and minutes are drifting in a cosmos where time itself can stretch and fold, where eternity is only a perspective away. Fact 21. The Milky Way has a heart of stars and darkness. At the center of our Milky Way galaxy lies something both breathtaking and terrifying, a supermassive black hole known as Sagittarius A. It is about 4 million times the mass of the Sun, hidden behind clouds of gas and dust. Around it, stars orbit at incredible speeds, like fireflies circling a hidden flame. To us, it is invisible, but astronomers detect it through the dance of stars, whipped around by its gravity. This black hole is quiet compared to others. It feeds only sparingly, occasionally sending out flares of radiation. Imagine a silent heart at the center of a great organism, beating slowly, hidden but essential. The Milky Way itself is a spiral of more than 200 billion stars, all turning around this unseen heart. When we look at the band of light across the night sky, stretching like a river of stars, we are looking along the disk of our own galaxy. It is humbling to know that the Milky Way is both vast and fragile, a glowing wheel turning in the darkness, with a shadowed center that pulls everything into orbit. For sleep, it is comforting. We are carried within a cosmic embrace, drifting in circles around a heart we cannot see, held by gravity as a hintla hand. Fact 22. Stars are born in cosmic nurseries. Stars are not eternal. They are born, live, and die. Their birthplace is the nebula, vast clouds of gas and dust floating in space. Within these clouds, gravity gathers material together, pulling it into clumps that grow denser and hotter until nuclear fusion ignites, and a new star begins to shine. Some nebulae glow with brilliant colors, lit by the very stars they create. The Orion Nebula, for instance, is a nursery visible even with the naked eye, a pinkish haze in Orion's sword, where new stars are forming right now. To imagine a nebula is to imagine a cradle made of light and mist, where stars awaken and begin their luminous lives. Each star that forms may have planets circling it. Perhaps even life one day staring back at the stars. The cycle is endless. Clouds give birth to stars. Stars shine and die, and there remains enriched space, with heavier elements that form new stars and planets. Sleep comes sizzily, with this thought that everything is part of a cycle, gentle and natural, where endings lead to beginnings, and light is born from darkness. Fact 23. Stars die in explosions that seed the universe. When massive stars reach the end of their lives, they explode in spectacular events called supernova. For a brief time, a single star can outshine an entire galaxy, pouring out more energy in days than the sun will emit in its entire lifetime. These explosions scatter elements into space iron, gold, oxygen, carbonol, the building blocks of planets, oceans, and living beings. Every atom in our bodies heavier than hydrogen was forged in the heart of a dying star. When you breathe, when your heart beats, you are carrying the ashes of long-dead stars inside you. Supernovae are both violent and generous. Destruction that creates, death that gives life. To the sleepy mind, this is a comforting paradox. The universe itself is built on the cycles of stars, and we are the children of those explosions. Looking up at the stars, you are not separate from them. You are made of them. You are a story written in stardust, a dream given form. Fact 24. Some stars become neutron. Star City-sized giants. Not all stars die in the same way. Some, after a supernova, collapse into neutron stars. Objects so dense that a teaspoon of their material would weigh billions of tons. They are only about 20 kilometers wide, but inside them, matter is compressed beyond imagination. Neutron stars can spin incredibly fast, sending out beams of radiation like cosmic lighthouses. We call these pulsars. Their precision is so perfect that scientists use them like clocks to measure time and space. Imagine something the size of a city, spinning dozens or even hundreds of times per second, its beams sweeping across the universe like a steady heartbeat. For us, lying under the stars, it is humbling to think that far away, there are these tiny but powerful remnants, ticking steadily in the darkness. They remind us that even in collapse, there is order. Even in destruction, there is rhythm. It is a lullaby written in the language of physics, a reminder that even the smallest things can hold unimaginable power. Fact 25. Black holes are the silent monsters of space. The most extreme fate of a massive star is to become a black hole. When gravity overwhelms everything else, matter collapses into a point of infinite density. Singularity surrounded by an event horizon from which not even light can escape. Black holes are not holes in the usual sense, but regions of space-time bent so steeply inward that escape is impossible. They can grow by consuming stars, gas, or even other black holes, merging into larger and larger giants. Yet despite their terrifying power, black holes are not destroyers only. They also shape galaxies, trigger star formation, and sculpt the universe with their gravity. Some even release powerful jets of energy, shooting across millions of light. To the mind drifting towards sleep, black holes are like dreams themselves. Unknowable, silent, pulling us inward. They are the shadows at the edge of reality, mysterious and irresistible, reminders that the universe is full of secrets beyond our grasp. And yet, even they are part of the cosmic balance destruction feeding creation. Silence echoing with hidden energy. Fact 26. The universe has no edge. Only expansion. One of the most mysterious aspects of the cosmos is that it has no edge in the way we imagine a wall or a boundary. Instead, space itself is expanding everywhere at once. Galaxies drift away from each other, not because they are moving through space, but because space itself is stretching. This idea was first confirmed by Edwin Hubble in the 1920s, when he observed that galaxies farther away are receding fossora, discovery that gave birth to the concept of the expanding universe. To picture this, imagine dots drawn on the surface of a balloon. As the balloon inflates, each dot moves away from the others, not by its own motion, but because the surface itself expands. There is no center, no edge, only expansion. For the sleepy mind, this is comforting. The universe is infinite not in the sense of size alone, but in the way it is boundless, endless, and always unfolding. We are inside something that is still growing, and that growth is silent, patient, and eternal. Fact 27. The universe may contain trillions of galaxies. For centuries, humanity thought the Milky Way was the entire cosmos. Then telescopes revealed the shocking truth. Our galaxy is just one among billions. Modern observations from the Hubble Space Telescope and other instruments suggest the universe could contain 2 trillion galaxies, each with billions or even trillions of stars. Some galaxies are massive spirals, like the Milky Way. Others are giant ellipticals, and some are small, irregular swirls of light. They cluster together in webs and filaments, vast structures stretching across hundreds of millions of light. Between them lie cosmic voids, empty spaces so large they defy comprehension. To think of this while resting is to feel both small and vast at once. Small because we are but a tiny part of a tiny galaxy. Vast because we are conscious enough to see the immensity. The night sky, with its faint scattering of stars, is just the tiniest window into this ocean of galaxies. When you close your eyes, you might imagine yourself floating among them, drifting silently through endless lights. Fact 28. The universe has a cosmic background glow after the Big Bang. The universe was hot and dense, filled with light that could not escape because particles constantly scattered it. About 380,000 years later, as the cosmos cooled, atoms formed, and light was finally able to travel freely. That ancient light still exists today, stretched by the expansion of space into microwave radiation, bathing the entire universe. We call it the Cosmic Microwave Background, CMB, and it is the oldest light we can see, a faint afterglow of creation. It appears as a uniform glow across the sky, with tiny fluctuations that map the seeds of galaxies and stars. When scientists study the CMB, they are looking back in time, to the moment when the universe was a newborn. To the dreamer, the CMB is like a lullaby sung by the cosmos itself, a soft hum that has never stopped since the beginning. Even as you sleep, that ancient glow surrounds you, a cosmic blanket woven billions of years ago, wrapping all of existence in its gentle warmth. Fact 29. Dark matter shapes the universe. Most of the matter in the universe is invisible. We call it dark matter, not because it is sinister, but because it does not emit or absorb light. Yet we know it exists because of its gravity. Galaxies rotate faster than they should if only visible matter were present. Something unseen must be holding them together. Dark matter forms halos around galaxies, scaffolding that keeps stars from flying apart, shaping the grand structure of the cosmos. It may make up about 27% of the universe, compared to just 5% for normal matter. What it actually is remains a mystery, perhaps exotic particles, perhaps something beyond our current physics. For sleep, dark matter is a soothing thought, that the invisible can be essential, that what we cannot see still supports us. It is like the quiet foundation of a dream, unseen but holding everything in place, giving structure to the beauty we can perceive. Just as dreams are built on the unseen workings of the mind, galaxies are held by the hidden gravity of dark matter. Fact 30. Dark energy drives the universe apart. Even stranger than dark matter is dark energy, a mysterious force that pushes the universe to expand faster and faster. Discovered in the late 1990s, dark energy accounts for nearly 70% of the universe. Its nature is unknown. It may be a property of space itself, a kind of vacuum energy that causes expansion to accelerate. Without it, the universe might have slowed down, collapsed back, or remained static. Instead, galaxies are drifting farther apart, the cosmic web stretching ever wider. In billions of years, distant galaxies may slip beyond our view, carried away by this expansion. To the restful mind, dark energy is like a deep breath the universe takes, a constant exhale that pushes everything outward. It is invisible, intangible, yet it shapes the destiny of all that exists. To imagine this as you drift to sleep is to imagine the cosmos breathing, slowly, eternally, carrying us along in its endless rhythm. Fact 31. The observable universe has a limit, but the whole universe may not. When we look into the night sky, we are also looking back in time. Light takes time to travel, so the farther we look, the older the light is. The farthest light we can see comes from about 13.8 billion years ago, the age of the universe itself. This creates what we call the observable universe, a cosmic sphere around us, stretching about 93 billion light-years across. Beyond that horizon lies the unobservable universe, regions whose light has not had enough time to reach us. Yet scientists believe the universe may be vastly larger, possibly infinite. Imagine standing on a shoreline, looking out at the sea. You can see only as far as the horizon, but you know the ocean stretches much farther than your eyes can perceive. That is our situation in the cosmos. The observable universe is like our cosmic horizon, but beyond it lies a reality far bigger than we can ever measure. For the sleepy mind, this is like drifting into a dream. Your eyes close, the visible fades, and beyond lies an endless ocean of imagination without borders. Fact 32. The universe contains invisible neutrino particles everywhere at every second. Trillions of tiny particles called neutrinos pass through your body, ghostly messengers born in stars, supernova, and even the Big Bang itself. Neutrinos barely interact with matter, which is why they are so hard to detect. They travel through planets, stars, and entire galaxies, as if those objects were transparent. On Earth, gigantic detectors are built deep underground or under Antarctic ice, filled with special fluids or sensors, just to catch a rare interaction from one neutrino. These particles are relics of the cosmos, silent travelers that connect us to the very heart of stars and the origins of the universe. For sleep, neutrinos are like dream particles everywhere, silent, invisible, passing through you while you rest. They remind us that unseen connections exist, that the universe touches us in ways we cannot feel directly. They are whispers of cosmic events, billions of years old, flowing through us as softly as a breeze through an open window at night. Fact 33. Black holes are cosmic giants of gravity. Few things capture the imagination more than black holes. Born from the collapse of massive stars or from the early universe itself, black holes are regions where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. At their heart lies a singularity, a point of infinite density where the known laws of physics break down. Surrounding it is the event horizon, the boundary beyond which nothing returns. Supermassive black holes, millions or billions of times heavier than our sun, lurk at the centers of galaxies, including our own Milky Way. Rather than simply destroying, black holes help shape galaxies, regulating the birth of stars through their powerful energy emissions. For the dreamer, black holes are like gateways of the mind, dark, mysterious, and infinite. They are not merely destructive. They are essential parts of the cosmic balance. When you think of them before sleep, imagine them as deep wells of silence, drawing all noise away, leaving only calm and stillness, like the moment your body surrenders to rest. Fact 34. Quasars are the brightest beacons in the universe, at unimaginable distances. Some of the brightest objects in the cosmos shine quasars. Powered by supermassive black holes devouring matter, quasars release energy that outshines entire galaxies. Some are so bright that even from billions of light-years away, we can still detect their light. They are ancient, often seen as they were in the early universe, when galaxies were young and black holes grew rapidly. Their light is a time capsule, carrying the story of the cosmos in its youth. To imagine a quasar is to picture a brilliant lighthouse in the infinite ocean of space, a flame burning brighter than 1 trillion stars, guiding us across time. For sleep, quasars can be envisioned as distant lanterns glowing softly in the cosmic night. Even though they are unimaginably far away, their light still reaches us, like a dream reaching across the darkness of the unconscious mind. They remind us that brightness exists even in the most remote corners of space and thought. Fact 35. Cosmic filaments weave the universe together. When astronomers map galaxies across vast distances, they discover that the universe has a structure like a cosmic web. Galaxies clustered along gigantic filaments thread-like structures hundreds of millions of light-years long. Between these threads lie vast voids, empty expanses almost completely devoid of galaxies. This cosmic web is the grand architecture of the universe, shaped by dark matter and the pull of gravity over billions of years. It is both immense and delicate, like lace stretched across infinity. From far Hawaii, it resembles the neural network of a brain, as if the universe itself were alive and thinking. To fall asleep with this image is to imagine yourself floating along a vast, glowing thread, suspended in darkness, but connected to everything. The cosmic web whispers of unity that all galaxies, stars, and beings are part of one grand pattern. Just as dreams weave fragments of memory into a tapestry of imagination, the universe weaves galaxies into a masterpiece of cosmic design. Fact 36. The universe is expanding faster and faster. When astronomers first discovered that galaxies were moving away from each other, it was like learning that the universe itself was breathing. At first, scientists thought gravity would slowly pull everything back, like a ball tossed into the air eventually falling down. But to their surprise, they found the opposite happening. The expansion of the universe is not slowing, it is speeding up. This acceleration is driven by something we call dark energy, a mysterious force that makes up about 70% of T-cosmos. We don't know exactly what dark energy is, but its effect is undeniable. Every second, space itself stretches, carrying galaxies farther and farther apart. In the far future, this expansion may grow so strong that distant galaxies will disappear from view altogether, leaving only the local group of galaxies or a cosmic neighbor. For sleep, this fact feels like an endless exhale. The universe is gently stretching, expanding into stillness. Imagine yourself breathing out slowly, your chest rising and falling in rhythm with the cosmos itself. The thought is calming. You are in sync with the universe's quiet expansion. Fact 37. Cosmic microwave background is the universe's baby picture. If you could look back to the earliest light of the cosmos, you would find the cosmic microwave background, or CMB. This faint glow fills the universe, a relic of the time just 380,000 years after the Big Bang, when the universe cooled enough for atoms to form and light to travel freely. Before that, the universe was a hot, opaque soup of particles. But once it cooled, photons escaped and began their journey across billions of years, reaching us today as a faint microwave radiation. Scientists use special telescopes to capture this glow, which appears as a mottled pattern of warmer and cooler spots. These tiny fluctuations are the seeds of galaxies, the first fingerprints of structure in the universe. For the dreaming mind, the CMB is like a lullaby from the dawn of time, a soft, cosmic hum that has never stopped. Imagine lying in bed and hearing the faintest whisper from the past, a gentle warmth wrapping around you, reminding you that you are part of a story 13.8 billion years long. Fact 38. Galaxy clusters are the cities of the cosmos. Just as cities form from people gathering together, galaxies gather into clusters, bound by gravity. Some clusters contain thousands of galaxies, enormous structures that stretch millions of light-years across. These clusters are filled not just with stars, but also with vast clouds of hot gas, invisible dark matter, and powerful gravitational fields. The largest structures, called super, are like interconnected nations of galaxies, forming highways of cosmic travel across the universe. Our own Milky Way belongs to the local group, which in turn is part of the Virgo supercluster. And beyond that, the Laniakea super, a breathtaking structure spanning over 500 million light. To the sleepy imagination, galaxy clusters are like glowing cities scattered across the black velvet of night. Each galaxy is a neighborhood, each cluster a bustling metropolis, connected by unseen roads of gravity. To drift off, you might imagine yourself floating slowly between these cities of light, drifting from one to another as though traveling through a dreamscape of infinite streets. Fact 39. Stars can sing through vibrations. Though the night sky seems silent, stars have their own music. Deep within their burning cores, pressure waves ripple outward, causing the star's surface to vibrate ever so slightly. These vibrations create patterns, like the sound waves produced by a musical instrument. Astronomers study these starquakes using a science called by measuring the oscillations, they can learn about the star's interior, its size, and even its age. While we cannot hear these vibrations directly, computers can translate them into audible sounds, revealing haunting, beautiful tones. Each star has its own unique song, like an instrument in a vast cosmic orchestra. For sleep, this fact is like imagining a lullaby, played by the stars themselves. Above you, each pinprick of light hums softly, adding its note to the universe's music. As you close your eyes, You might imagine drifting in a quiet concert hall where stars sing gently, their songs soothing your mind into rest. Fact 40. Dark matter holds the universe together. When scientists measured galaxies, they realized something puzzling. The stars within galaxies were moving as if there was far more mass present than what we could see. The galaxies should have flown apart, but they didn't. This led to the discovery of dark matter, an invisible form of matter that makes up about 27% of the universe. Dark matter doesn't shine, reflect, or emit light. We cannot see it directly, but we know it must be there because of its gravitational pull. Without dark matter, galaxies could not have formed, and the cosmic web would not exist. It is the hidden scaffolding of the universe, the invisible glue that binds stars and galaxies into structures. For the dreamer, dark matter is a reminder of the unseen. Just as dreams are made of hidden thoughts and feelings, the cosmos is held together by something invisible yet essential. As you rest, imagine yourself held gently by unseen hands, supported by the quiet strength of the universe's hidden foundation. Fact 41. Pulsars are the universe's cosmic clocks. Imagine a star collapsing at the end of its life, but instead of vanishing into a black hole, it becomes something else, a neutron star. These stellar remnants are incredibly dense, packing the mass of the sun into a sphere no wider than a city. Among them, some become pulsars, rotating rapidly while emitting beams of radiation from their magnetic poles. As they spin, these beams sweep across the cosmos like the light from a lighthouse. To distant observers like us, pulsars appear as rhythmic flashes, pulsing with astonishing precision. Some spin hundreds of times each second, keeping time more reliably than our best atomic clocks. Astronomers can use pulsars to navigate space, or even study the invisible ripples of spacetime called gravitational waves. For the dreamer, pulsars are like steady heartbeats of the universe of rhythmic signals, keeping the cosmos in balance. As you lie down to sleep, you might imagine the distant ticking of pulsars syncing with your breath, their gentle rhythm guiding you into deep rest. Fact 42. Magnetars are the most magnetic objects in the universe. If pulsars are cosmic clocks, magnetars are cosmic magnets. A magnetar is a type of neutron star with an unimaginably strong magnetic field trillions of times stronger than Earth's. To put this in perspective, if a magnetar were as far away as the moon, it could erase the data from every credit card on Earth. These stars are rare, but when they erupt, their bursts of energy can be seen across galaxies. Sometimes, they even produce giant flares powerful enough to affect Earth's atmosphere, despite being thousands of light-years away. Magnetars are extreme, yet they remind us of hidden forces in the universe energies we cannot see but that shape the cosmos in profound ways. For sleep, magnetars can be imagined as cosmic anchors, holding unseen energies in perfect tension. Picture their invisible fields, weaving softly through space like silken threads, quiet yet strong. In dreams, they are reminders that even the most powerful forces can remain calm, steady, and unshaken. Fact 43. The universe may contain infinite parallel worlds. Among the most intriguing ideas in modern physics is the possibility of a multiverse, an endless number of universes beyond our own. Some theories suggest that every decision, every quantum event, may give rise to another universe, branching reality into infinite possibilities. In another universe, Earth might orbit two suns. In yet another, you might be living a completely different life. While we cannot yet prove this idea, it sparks both scientific debate and dreamy wonder. The thought of infinite universes invites us to imagine endless variations of existence, like pages in a cosmic library stretching beyond sight. For the weary mind, this idea is a gentle comfort. No matter what choices we make, somewhere, another version of us is exploring a different path. As you drift to sleep, imagine doors opening into countless worlds, each one unique, each one quiet, waiting for you to step in and explore. Fact 44. The fate of the universe may be endless expansion. The ultimate destiny of the cosmos is still a mystery, but one possibility stands out. The universe may continue expanding forever. If dark energy keeps pushing galaxies apart, stars will eventually burn out, galaxies will grow dark, and black holes will slowly evaporate. This future is called the heat death of the universe, A time when everything will spread so thin that the cosmos will be cold, silent, and nearly empty. Though this sounds bleak, it unfolds over unimaginable timescales, trillions upon trillions of years. For humans, this distant fate is less about fear and more about perspective. The universe will endure long after us, stretching outward in a slow, eternal drift. For sleep, this image can be peaceful. Imagine the universe is a great ocean tide, slowly flowing outward forever. There is no rush, no hurry, only the gentle, endless spreading of space. It is the ultimate lullaby, a reminder that everything, in its own time, finds rest. Fact 45. The universe glows with invisible light. When we look up at the night sky, we see stars, galaxies, and planets shining. But the universe glows in ways our eyes cannot detect. Infrared light reveals warm dust clouds where stars are born. X-rays expose violent cosmic events like exploding stars and colliding black holes. Radio waves unveil giant structures and the whisper of hydrogen gas stretching across galaxies. The universe is bathed in this invisible light, a cosmic symphony of signals filling every corner of space. Astronomers build telescopes sensitive to these hidden wavelengths, peeling back layers of reality invisible to the naked eye. For the dreamer, this invisible glow is like the unseen warmth of a blanket at night, or the soft rhythm of a song just out of hearing. It is a reminder that even in darkness, there is light, subtle and quiet, wrapping around us like a cosmic lullaby. To fall asleep. Imagine yourself surrounded by this unseen glow, drifting through waves of light that gently cradle you in silence. Fact 46. Cosmic dust is the glitter of the universe. When we hear the word dust, we usually imagine something ordinary, tiny specks that gather on shelves or float in sunlight. But in space, dust has an entirely different meaning. Cosmic dust consists of fine grains of carbon, silicon, ice, and metals, drifting between the stars. These grains are unimaginably small, but together they create the hazy nebulae that decorate our skies. They are also the raw material for planets, moons, and even the molecules that make life possible. Without cosmic dust, there would be no Earth, no oceans, and no us. In the Milky Way, vast rivers of dust stretch across the galaxy like streams of shadow, blocking starlight and giving the night sky its textured beauty. Under infrared telescopes, these dark patches glow with hidden energy, revealing nurseries where stars are quietly being born. For the restless mind, cosmic dust is a soothing image. Think of it as stardust slowly drifting, like glitter caught in sunlight, floating endlessly through the quiet sea of space. As you rest, imagine yourself becoming weightless, surrounded by drifting particles that gently glow, every grain a piece of a star's story, every mote a seed of future worlds. Fact 47. The sound of the universe is a gentle hum. Space is often described as silent because sound needs air to travel. But the universe has its own subtle music, not carried by air, but by vibrations in plasma, waves in gas clouds, and ripples in space-time itself. Scientists convert these cosmic vibrations into sound that we can hear, and the results are hauntingly beautiful. The hum of black holes, merging, the deep rumble of plasma waves in the sun, the eerie echoes of auroras around Earth, all can be heard when translated into sound. In 2003, NASA even discovered that the Perseus galaxy cluster sings a note 57 octaves below middle C. It is the deepest sound ever detected, a cosmic bass note resonating for billions of years. For sleep, these sounds act like the universe's lullabies. Imagine lying beneath the stars, not in silence, but in a soft ocean of vibrations, gentle waves of cosmic sound washing over you. Each hum is a reminder that even in vast emptiness, the universe is alive with song. Close your eyes, and you may feel as though you are floating in that music, carried into dreams by the harmony of galaxies. Fact 48. Black holes may connect to other universes. Black holes are some of the most mysterious objects in existence. Their gravity is so powerful that not even light can escape. To us, they appear as invisible voids in space, outlined only by the glow of matter swirling around them. But some theories suggest that black holes could be more than cosmic traps. They might be gateways. According to certain models in physics, The core of a black hole could lead to a white hole, a hypothetical object that expels matter and energy instead of swallowing it. If true, black holes might act as bridges to other universes, tunnels that connect one reality to another. We call these tunnels wormholes, and while no one has yet seen one, the mathematics does not rule them out. The image is mesmerizing. Every black hole you see could be a doorway, leading somewhere else. Perhaps to another corner of our own universe, or perhaps to a universe entirely new, with laws of physics different from our own. For sleep, black holes can be imagined not as frightening voids, but as portals of possibility. Envision drifting toward one, not with fear but with calm curiosity. Instead of falling, you float through, emerging into a realm of quiet stars and endless peace. The black hole, then, becomes not an end, but a passage to infinite dreams. Fact 49. Galaxies move in cosmic dance when we look at galaxies through telescopes. They appear frozen in time, as though painted on the sky. But, in truth, galaxies are constantly moving, spinning, colliding, and merging in a graceful ballet that unfolds over billions of years. Our own Milky Way is part of this cosmic choreography. It spins slowly, carrying the sun and all its planets in a grand circle that takes 230 million years to complete. Beyond our galaxy, others are drawn together by gravity, their arms stretching and twisting as they collide. When galaxies meet, they do not smash like solid objects. Instead, they pass through each other, their stars continuing mostly unscathed, while their gas and dust merge to ignite new bursts of star formation. One day, far in the future, the Milky Way will collide with the Andromeda Galaxy. To us, it will look like a breathtaking light, show two spirals, blending into one, creating a new, larger galaxy. This event will not happen for another 4 billion years, but its inevitability reminds us of the universe's constant flow. For the dreamer, galaxies are like dancers moving across a ballroom as wide as the cosmos. Their steps are slow, their patterns vast, yet their beauty is timeless. As you drift to sleep, imagine watching this endless waltz, stars gliding gracefully across the floor of space, their music silent but felt deep in your soul. Fact 50. The universe is mostly invisible when we gaze at the night sky. The stars seem countless, but astonishingly, everything we can see, planets, galaxies, makes up less than 5% of the universe. The rest is invisible. About 27% is dark matter, a mysterious substance that exerts gravity but emits no light, and about 68% is dark energy, a force that pushes the universe to expand faster and faster. Though we cannot see dark matter or dark energy, we know they must exist because of their effects. Galaxies rotate faster than visible matter can explain. Held together by unseen mass, the expansion of the universe accelerates, driven by something we do not understand. These invisible forces are the true architects of the cosmos. For the human mind, this is both humbling and comforting. It reminds us that there is far more to existence than what we can perceive. Just as our dreams are invisible yet real to us, the universe too holds mysteries beyond sight. As you lie in bed, imagine the unseen universe around you, not empty, but gently filled with hidden energy, like a soft, invisible blanket. You cannot see it, but it is there, shaping everything, holding you, guiding you quietly through the night. Fact 51. Neutron stars are the densest objects in the universe. Imagine a star so massive that when it collapses, it compresses all its matter into something no larger than a city. That is a neutron star, a remnant left behind after a supernova explosion. Though only about 20 kilometers across, a neutron star can weigh more than our sun. Just a teaspoon of its material would weigh billions of tons. It is so dense that atoms themselves collapse, and protons and electrons merge into neutrons. What is even more wondrous is how these stars behave. Some spin hundreds of times per second, beaming out radio waves like cosmic lighthouses. These are called pulsars, and their steady rhythm has been compared to the heartbeat of the universe. To lie beneath the stars, knowing that somewhere out there, neutron stars are ticking like giant cosmic clocks, is both humbling and strangely calming. For sleep, picture one of these stars, compact, Steady, unshakable spinning silently in the dark, sending its rhythmic pulses through space like a celestial lullaby. Each beat is timeless, carrying you deeper into rest, as though the universe itself is keeping time for your dreams. Fact 52. The universe may be infinite. The universe is already vast beyond imagination, but scientists still wonder, does it ever end? One possibility is that the universe is infinite, stretching endlessly in all directions. No edge, no boundary, just space continuing forever, filled with galaxies without end. If the universe is infinite, it means that no matter how far we travel, there is always more. It also raises strange possibilities, such as the idea that there might be infinite versions of us, scattered across the cosmos, living out slightly different lives. This is called the multiverse hypothesis, and though it remains speculative, it sparks wonder about just how far reality might go. For rest, the idea of infinity can be softened into comfort. Imagine space, not as overwhelming, but as a quiet ocean without shores, no edges, no barriers, only endless, gentle horizons. You float in this infinite sea, weightless, surrounded by stars, stretching forever. Each one a beacon to guide you toward peace. Fact 53. Time moves differently in space. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us that time is not fixed, it bends and stretches, depending on speed and gravity. Near a massive object like a black hole, time slows down. A single hour for someone close to the black hole might equal years for someone far away. Similarly, astronauts aboard the International Space Station experience time slightly differently than we do on Earth. After 6 months, they are a fraction of a second younger than their counterparts on the ground. This is called time dilation, and though tiny in everyday life, it reveals a profound truth. Time is not absolute. The universe flows in rhythms that shift with perspective. For sleep, this can be a calming reminder. When you lie down at night, hours can feel long or short, depending on how deeply you rest. Dreams may seem to last for days, even if only minutes have passed. In this way, your own experience of time mirrors the universe itself, mysterious and beautiful. As you drift, imagine slipping into a gentle pocket of time where everything slows, giving you endless rest. Fact 54. Stars are born in cosmic nurseries. In the arms of galaxies lie vast clouds of gas and dust called nebulae, the birthplaces of stars. Within these nebulae, gravity pulls matter together until pressure and heat ignite nuclear fusion, and a star is born. The process takes millions of years, yet the result is radiant and enduring, a shining beacon that may last billions of years. The Orion Nebula, visible even with binoculars, is one such nursery. Inside, thousands of new stars are forming, surrounded by disks of dust that may one day become planets. It is a reminder that the universe is not static. It is alive, always creating. For the dreamer, this fact offers a powerful image. Imagine drifting into a nebula, wrapped in glowing clouds of pink, blue, and violet light. The silence is profound, yet around you stars are quietly awakening. It is like being cradled in the womb of the cosmos, safe, warm, and timeless. Sleep becomes a return to that cosmic nursery, a place where new light is always beginning. Fact 55. The universe has no center. It is natural to imagine the universe is expanding from a central point, like ripples in water. But the truth is stranger. The universe has no center. Instead, it expands everywhere at once. Every galaxy sees itself as the center of expansion, because space itself is stretching between all galaxies simultaneously. This idea is difficult to picture, but a simple analogy helps. Think of the universe like a loaf of raisin bread baking in the oven. As the dough rises, the raisins, galaxies, move away from one another. There is no single center inside the bread. The whole loaf expands together. For rest, this concept is gentle and liberating. There is no need to search for a central place, because the whole of existence is already the center. Wherever you are on Earth, in your bed you are at the heart of the cosmos, surrounded by an expanding sea of stars. As you breathe, imagine space itself breathing with you, stretching outward in perfect harmony, reminding you that you belong exactly where you are. Fact 56. Cosmic background radiation is the echo of creation nearly 13.8 billion years ago. The universe began in a blazing moment known as the Big Bang. For the first few 100,000 years, the cosmos was too hot and dense for light to travel freely. But as it expanded and cooled, the first photons broke free and began streaming outward in every direction. That ancient light is still with us today, stretched and soft into a faint glow known as the cosmic microwave background radiation. It fills all of space, invisible to our eyes, but detectable by sensitive instruments. To sentis, it is like a baby picture of the universe, showing us what it looked like when it was less than 400,000 years old. The delicate ripples in this radiation tell stories about how galaxies would later form, how matter was distributed, and how the universe has evolved. For rest, picture the night sky as more than stars. Imagine it bathed in an invisible quilt of ancient light, a soft glow older than any world or galaxy. To lie beneath it is to be wrapped in the echo of creation itself, as though the universe is still humming a lullaby from the moment of its birth. Fact 57. Dark energy makes the universe expand faster for most of the universe's history. Gravity has been slowing expansion down, but in the late 20th century, scientists made a shocking discovery. The expansion is not slowing, but accelerating. Something unseen, called dark energy, is pushing galaxies apart faster and faster. We do not yet know what dark energy truly is. It could be a property of space itself, or a field filling the cosmos, or something even stranger, but it dominates the universe, making up nearly 70% of everything that exists. Every second, it stretches the very fabric of space. As mysterious as that sounds, it can also be soothing. Imagine lying on a raft in a vast, silent sea. Instead of paddling, you are carried gently outward, floating farther and farther. Weight, no effort, no resistance. That is how galaxies move, not by force, but by the quiet expansion of space itself. For sleep, dark energy becomes a cosmic current that carries you softly into the depths of rest. Fact 58. Black holes can sing through space-time. Black holes are often thought of as silent, devouring voids, but in truth, they can produce ripples in space-time called gravitational waves. When two black holes spiral together and collide, the universe itself trembles. These vibrations stretch and squeeze space, traveling vast distances until they reach Earth. In 2015, humanity detected gravitational waves for the first time, confirming Einstein's prediction. Scientists describe them as the sound of the universe, though not in the way we hear sound through air. Instead, it is a vibration of reality itself, deep, slow hum that resonates through the fabric of space. For rest, imagine these waves not as violent, but as deep cosmic tones, like the lowest notes of a cello resonating endlessly. If you close your eyes, you might imagine floating on these waves, rocked gently like a boat on water. Each ripple becomes a lullaby carried across billions of years. A reminder that even the most powerful events in the universe can become music. Fact 59. Galaxies dance in cosmic webs. The universe is not just scattered. Galaxies, it is structured like a grand, three-dimensional web. Galaxies gather in clusters, and those clusters connect along filaments of dark matter, forming what scientists call the cosmic web. Between these strands are vast voids, empty regions stretching hundreds of millions of light-years across. From afar, the structure resembles glowing threads, like neurons in a brain or delicate frost spreading on glass. Galaxies move along these filaments, like dancers tracing invisible steps, drawn together by gravity and guided by dark matter. The entire cosmic web is constantly shifting, though on timescales far beyond human perception. For sleep, picture yourself resting at the center of this web, surrounded by glowing threads of galaxies. Stretching in all directions, they move slowly, gracefully, like lanterns floating down a river. You are part of this cosmic dance, weightless, safe, and connected to everything. The universe is not chaos, but choreography, and you are cradled within its gentle rhythm. Fact 60. The universe may end in silence, just as the universe had a beginning. it may one day have an end. Scientists have proposed several possibilities. One is the heat death, in which expansion continues until stars burn out, galaxies drift apart, and everything grows cold and dark. Another is the Big Rip, where dark energy becomes so strong that it tears galaxies, stars, planets, and even atoms apart. Or perhaps the universe will one day collapse back in on itself in a big crunch, returning to a dense, hot state. Though these scenarios sound dramatic, they take place over unimaginable stretches of time, trillions upon trillions of years. Long after the last star has faded, long after Earth itself is gone, the universe will continue its story. For rest, these distant endings need not bring fear. Instead, they remind us how precious the present moment is. Tonight, the stars still shine. Galaxies still glow. The cosmos is alive and beautiful, and you are here to see it. Imagine drifting into the far future, where silence reigns, not as destruction, but as peace, a gentle hush at the end of a long symphony, carrying you into the quietest sleep of all. Fact 61. Stars are forged in stellar nurseries all across the galaxy. There are hidden cradles where stars are born. These are called stellar nurseries, vast clouds of gas and dust that collapse under gravity to ignite the fire of new suns. They are enormous, often spanning dozens or even hundreds of light years, with swirling filaments glowing faintly in the dark. Famous examples include the Orion Nebula and the Eagle Nebula, where telescopes capture majestic pillars of light and shadow. Inside, the process is delicate. Gravity pulls hydrogen together, squeezing it tighter and tighter until nuclear fusion sparks. The star's core becomes a furnace, and suddenly a new sun shines where before there was only darkness. Some stars form in clusters, others alone, but all begin in these nurseries. For rest, imagine lying within such a cloud. Around you, mists of starlight drift like slow-moving tides. Gentle currents of cosmic gas sway back and forth, as though the universe is breathing. Each flicker of light is a promise of something new being born, a reminder that even in the silent darkness, creation is always underway. Like a child lulled to sleep, you too are held within a nursery, safe in the arms of the cosmos. Fact 62. Neutron stars are the densest things we know. When massive stars reach the end of their lives, they sometimes collapse into objects known as neutron stars. Imagine something with more mass than the sun squeezed into a sphere only about 20 kilometers across. A teaspoon of neutron star matter would weigh billions of tons. These stars are so dense because gravity crushes atoms, forcing electrons and protons to merge into neutrons. The result is a star made almost entirely of neutrons, spinning rapidly, sometimes hundreds of times per second. Some neutron stars beam radiation from their poles, creating pulsars that flash like cosmic lighthouses. Though they sound fierce, you can picture them differently for rest. Imagine a tiny, perfectly round gem floating in the dark. It spins with steady rhythm, like a heartbeat. Each pulse is calm, dependable, endless. Just as your heart beats while you sleep, neutron stars keep their rhythm across the galaxy. Silent guardians, marking time in the night. They remind us that even in collapse, beauty and order can emerge. Fact 63. Galaxies collide like slow dancers. Space is vast, but galaxies are drawn together by gravity. Over billions of years, they drift into one another, their stars passing like dancers in a slow, graceful waltz. When galaxies collide, stars rarely hit directly because of the immense spaces between them. Instead, their gas and dust mingle, igniting waves of star formation. Our own Milky Way is on a path toward the Andromeda Galaxy. In about 4 billion years, the two will merge into one, forming a new, larger galaxy, often called Milkomeda. To us, it may sound cataclysmic, but on cosmic timescales, it is serene. Imagine watching two glowing spirals swirl around each other, slowly blending their arms together until they become one. For sleep, picture lying beneath this dance. Stars drift above like fireflies, moving with calm inevitability. The universe choreographs this ballet without hurry, each step lasting millions of years. It is a cosmic romance, tender and eternal, reminding you that even vast change can unfold gently, with grace. Fact 64. Time itself flows differently in space. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us that time is not fixed, it bends and stretches, depending on gravity and speed. Near a massive object like a black hole, time passes more slowly. An hour close to its horizon might equal years far away. Even here on Earth, time ticks at slightly different rates at sea level compared to mountaintops. This means that across the universe, now does not mean the same thing everywhere. Each place has its own flow, shaped by its surroundings. It is as if the universe were a great river, but each tributary moves at a slightly different pace. For rest, this idea can be freeing. Time need not be a chain, but a gentle current. Tonight, as you close your eyes, imagine slipping into a place where time slows, stretching out into peace. The minutes become softer, the hours lighter. You are not rushing forward, you are simply floating, unbound, in the river of the cosmos. In Tis Reber, there is no hurry, only rest. Fact 65. The universe contains more galaxies than grains of sand. For centuries, humans looked up and thought the Milky Way was all there was. But as telescopes grew stronger, we discovered that the universe holds not just thousands or millions, but perhaps trillions of galaxies. Each one is filled with billions of stars, and around those stars, countless planets. Carl Sagan once compared this to grains of sand on Earth's beaches. Imagine scooping up a handful. Each grain is a galaxy, with stars and worlds beyond counting, and your hand holds only a fraction of the sand on a single beach, on a single planet, in one corner of the cosmos. For sleep, picture lying on a quiet shore at night. The waves wash softly, and above you, the stars stretch out like infinite sand across the sky. Each sparkle is a grain in the universe's great beach. You are one person, on one world, yet you belong to this ocean of stars. It is not overwhelming, but comforting, because in such immensity, you are free to rest, knowing the universe cradles you gently in its endless embrace. Fact 71. Gravitational lensing, nature's cosmic magnifying glass. When light from distant galaxies travels through space, it sometimes passes near massive objects like clusters of galaxies. The gravity of these objects bends and warps the path of the light. This phenomenon, called gravitational lensing, can magnify, distort, or even duplicate the image of the background galaxy. Astronomers use this effect like a natural telescope, peering deeper into the universe than our own instruments could allow. Thanks to gravitational lensing, we can see galaxies that formed when the universe was just a few 100 million years old. The cosmos, in a way, helps us look at itself. For rest, imagine holding a glass marble up to the sun. The light bends and shimmers, scattering in delicate patterns. Now, scale that feeling to the universe. A galaxy glowing faintly, its light curved around a distant cluster, painting arcs across the night sky. Drift into sleep as though you're watching starlight bend, ripple, and soften like reflections on water. Gentle and hypnotic, guiding you into dreams. Fact 72. Neutron stars are cosmic heavyweights. When a massive star explodes in a supernova, its core can collapse into a neutron star, an object so dense that a teaspoon of its material would weigh billions of tons on Earth. Neutron stars are only about 20 kilometers wide, yet they pack more mass than our sun. These stellar remnants sometimes spin rapidly, emitting beams of radiation that sweep across space like lighthouse beams. We call these pulsars. To astronomers, they are precise cosmic clocks. To dreamers, they are reminders that the universe has rhythms far older and steadier than our own. For sleep, imagine lying on a quiet shore and watching the steady sweep of a lighthouse beam across the dark sea. Each turn is calm, predictable, eternal. That is the pulse of the cosmos, beating softly in the silence of night. As your breath slows, match it to the rhythm of a pulsar. Steady, measured, unshakable. In that rhythm lies comfort, and in that comfort, rest. Fact 73. There are more stars than grains of sand. A famous saying claims there are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches of Earth. While difficult to prove exactly, astronomers estimate there are about 200 billion trillion stars, a number so large, it defies comprehension. Picture every coastline, every desert, every grain of sand slipping through your fingers. Multiply that countless times, and still the stars outnumber them. The universe is a grand, starry ocean, and we are but a single drop in its tide. For sleep, imagine lying on a beach at night. The sand beneath you is cool, soft, endless. Above, the stars mirror it perfectly, countless points of light scattered like grains across the sky. You cannot count them, nor do you need to. Their abundance is reassurance. The universe is full, rich, overflowing. Close your eyes and let yourself drift, as though both sand and stars cradle you in infinite comfort. Fact 74. Time moves differently in space. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us that time is not absolute. The faster you move, or the closer you are to a strong gravitational field, the slower time passes for you compared to others. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station, for instance, experience time just a tiny bit slower than we do on Earth. On the grand scale, this means that black holes, galaxies, and even our own planet create subtle shifts in the flow of time. It suggests that now is not universal. Each corner of the cosmos has its own rhythm, its own unfolding. For rest, think of time not as a ticking clock, but as a river. In some places, it flows quickly. In others, it moves slowly, curling into eddies and pools. Imagine yourself floating on that river, carried gently, not needing to swim or steer. The current knows the way. Tonight, you can let go of the clock, the schedule, the rush. Time itself will cradle you, carrying you softly into tomorrow. Fact 75. Dark matter holds the universe together when astronomers measure galaxies. They find something strange. There isn't enough visible matter-stars gas, thus to account for the way galaxies spin. The outer stars should fly off into space, yet they don't. Something unseen must be exerting gravity, holding everything together. This invisible substance is called dark matter, though we cannot see it, touch it, or measure it directly. Its influence is undeniable. It makes up about 27% of the universe, far more than the matter we can see. Without dark matter, galaxies would scatter, stars would drift apart, and the universe, as we know it, could not exist. For sleep, imagine dark matter not as mysterious, but as a gentle net stretched across the cosmos. It holds galaxies in its embrace, keeping them whole, steady, connected. In your own life, there are unseen supports, quiet forces that hold you together. Love, memory, rest. Tonight, let those unseen arms cradle you, like dark matter cradles the stars. You are safe, you are held, and you can let go. Fact 76. The universe has no center. When we imagine the universe expanding, it's tempting to picture it growing outward from a central point, like a balloon inflating. But here's the strange truth. The universe has no center. Expansion happens everywhere, all at once. Every galaxy sees itself as if it were in the middle, with all other galaxies moving away. It's not that we live at the special core of creation. Rather, the fabric of space itself is stretching, like raisins rising in bread dough. Galaxies move farther apart not because they're rushing through space, but because space itself is expanding around them. For sleep, imagine lying on soft dough rising slowly in the oven's warmth. You, like a tiny raisin, aren't running anywhere yet. Everything drifts farther apart, gently, evenly. No hurry, no stress, only a quiet, universal expansion. As you rest, you too can let go of the need to be in the center. Wherever you are, you already belong. Fact 77. Cosmic microwave background. The universe. It's a baby picture. When the universe was young, only about 380,000 years old, it was filled with hot plasma. As it cooled, light was finally able to travel freely. Astronomers detect this light as a gentle background radiation, the same in every direction, with tiny ripples of variation. Those ripples are the fingerprints of the very first structures, the seeds of galaxies, clusters, and stars. Looking at the CMB is like seeing the baby picture of the entire cosmos. For sleep, imagine that glow not as something technical, but as a warm night light spread across the universe. The CMB is a blanket of light still glowing softly after nearly 14 billion years. You are wrapped in it, part of its history, part of its warmth. Tonight, close your eyes and picture that ancient light as a gentle, eternal lullaby. Fact 78. Superclusters are the universe's galaxies don't float alone. They gather in groups, and groups gather into clusters. But even larger than clusters are superclusters, vast structures containing thousands of galaxies bound together by gravity. Our Milky Way belongs to one of these giants, the Laniakea supercluster, stretching over 500 million light. Imagine an entire city, but instead of streets and houses, there are galaxies and cosmic filaments, weaving connections across unimaginable distances. These structures are like the highways of the universe, mapping how matter flows on the grandest scales. For rest, think of lying in the quiet heart of a cosmic city, its lights twinkling faintly in every direction. You are a tiny spark within a grand design, yet you are not lost. Just as each galaxy belongs in its cluster, each person belongs to a larger story. The universe is vast, yes, but within its vastness, there is always connection. Fact 79. Rogue planets drift alone through the dark. Not all planets belong to stars. Some, through gravitational interactions or violent events, are flung away from their parent systems. These are called rogue planets, and astronomers believe there may be billions wandering the galaxy in solitude. Though they drift through the cold dark of space, some may still hold heat within, warmed by radioactive decay or internal pressure. Some might even host underground oceans. In the endless dark, they glow faintly with their own inner warmth. For sleep, imagine being such a planet. No rush, no orbit, no star demanding your path. You drift quietly through soft, dark space, a gentle glow inside you. Solitude here is not loneliness, but peace. There is no schedule, no pressure, only the calm, steady journey through infinity. Fact 80. The observable universe has an edge, but not the whole. When we speak of the observable universe, we mean the part we can see, about 93 billion light-years across. This limit isn't because the universe ends there, but because light from beyond hasn't had enough time to reach us since the beginning of time. Beyond that edge may lie more galaxies, more stars, more mysteries than we can imagine. The true universe could be infinite, with no edge at all. What we see is only a window, a fraction, a glimpse. For sleep, picture yourself gazing out a window on a long night train. Outside, you see passing lights, landscapes, reflections. You know the world beyond the glass continues endlessly, but you don't need to see it all. It's enough to rest with what you can see, knowing more waits beyond. The universe too is like that. Infinite, boundless, waiting, yet offering you a peaceful view for now. Fact 81. Time moves differently in space. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us something both strange and beautiful. Time is not the same everywhere. Near strong gravity, such as a black hole, time slows down compared to places with weaker gravity. This is called time dilation. Imagine standing near the edge of a black hole while your friend stays far away. For you, seconds tick by normally, but for your friend, watching you, your seconds appear stretched into minutes, hours, or even longer. To them, you seem frozen. Yet to you, life feels completely normal. For sleep, think about how freeing this is. Time isn't rigid. It bends, stretches, flows. As you lie in bed, the ticking clock may seem steady, but your mind, your dreams, your very heartbeat are already part of a flexible river of time. Let go of rushing. Tonight, time bends for you, wrapping you in softness, stretching every restful second into eternity. Fact 82. The universe might be infinite. One of the great mysteries is whether the universe has an edge or if it goes on forever. Current observations show that space is flat on large scales, which suggests it might be infinite, stretching endlessly in every direction. Try to picture infinity. A road with no end. A horizon that always moves farther away as you approach. No walls, no borders, just endless space filled with stars, galaxies, and possibilities. For humans, infinity is not something we can fully grasp, but we can feel its calmness. For sleep, Imagine walking across a quiet meadow at night. The stars above you stretch endlessly. You know you'll never reach the end of the sky, but you don't need to. It's enough to know it's infinite, just like your dreams tonight. Limitless, boundless, free. Fact 83. Neutron stars spin like cosmic lighthouses when a massive star explodes in a supernova. Sometimes the core collapses into a neutron-steran object so dense that a teaspoon of it would weigh billions of tons. These stars often spin incredibly fast, some rotating hundreds of times per second. As they spin, beams of radiation sweep across space like the lights of a cosmic lighthouse. Astronomers call these pulsars because their beams flash rhythmically as they rotate. Imagine hearing the beat of a universal drum. Tick, tick, tick. Each pulse perfectly steady. For rest, think of this rhythm as a lullaby. Just as waves on the shore keep a soothing beat, so do neutron stars. Their pulses are reminders that even in the vastness of space, order exists. Tonight, you can find comfort in steady rhythms, your breath, your heartbeat, the quiet ticking of cosmic time. Fact 84. There are more stars than grains of sand on Earth. Look at a beach. Endless grains of sand between your fingers. It feels impossible to count them. Yet astronomers estimate that the universe holds more stars than there are grains of sand on all the beaches of Earth combined. Each star may host planets, moons, clouds of dust and gas. Some may shine alone, others in vast clusters. Imagine that scale. A night sky not just filled with stars we see, but with numbers so great they go beyond imagination. For sleep, think of yourself lying on a beach at night. Each grain of sand beneath you represents a star, and the whole beach stretches endlessly. You are resting on the universe itself, supported by uncountable stars. In this calm ocean of light, you are safe, cradled by infinity. Fact 85. Dark matter holds the universe together. When scientists measure galaxies, they find something strange. The visible matter of the stars, gas, and dust isn't enough to account for how galaxies move. Something unseen provides the missing gravity. They call it dark matter, an invisible glue that makes up about 27% of the universe. We can't see or touch it. Dark matter surrounds us, shaping galaxies, clusters, and even the structure of the cosmos. Without it, the universe, as we know it, would fall apart. For rest, think of dark matter not as a mystery but as a comforting presence. Invisible, quiet, yet always there. Like a blanket you can't see but always feel. Holding you together, keeping you safe, surrounding you in the night. Fact 86. The universe is getting bigger every second when you close your eyes and picture the night sky. It may look still, unchanging, but in truth, the universe is expanding, stretching wider with every passing moment. This discovery was made by Edwin Hubble in the 1920s, when he observed that distant galaxies are all moving away from us. The farther they are, the faster they recede. This cosmic expansion is like dots on the surface of a balloon. Being inflated, each dot represents a galaxy, and as the balloon expands, every dot moves away from every other. Scientists believe this expansion began with the Big Bang, around 13.8 billion years ago, and it has never stopped. In fact, recent observations suggest it is accelerating, driven by a mysterious force called dark energy. To the human mind, acceleration of expansion sounds urgent, but in cosmic terms, it is serene, slow, and inevitable. For rest, imagine yourself as a star drifting calmly outward with the flow of the universe. You are carried effortlessly on this expansion, weightless, timeless, safe. The universe does the moving for you. You don't need to push, to struggle, to run. Just float. Each breath you take expands your inner universe too, a mirror of the cosmos unfolding without end. Fact 87. Black holes can merge and create ripples in space-time in 2015. Scientists at LIG, an observatory designed to detect gravitational waves, announced something extraordinary. They had recorded the merger of two black holes over 1 billion light-years away. When these giants collided, they released more energy in a fraction of a second than all the stars in the observable universe combined. But this energy didn't shine as light. Instead, it rippled through space-time itself, creating gravitational waves that reached Earth as faint, almost imperceptible vibrations. These waves were predicted by Einstein a century earlier, and detecting them was like hearing the faint heartbeat of the universe. For sleep, think of gravitational waves as the softest ripples across the fabric of reality. Imagine lying on a quiet lake, feeling gentle waves rock you side to side. The universe, too, rocks gently with these ripples. As you drift into dreams, let yourself be carried by those soft motions, knowing that you, too, are part of the fabric that bends and flows. Fact 88. Some galaxies collide, but stars rarely do. Galaxies are vast, filled with billions of stars, gas, and dust. When two galaxies approach one another, they begin to merge in a slow, graceful dance that can take millions of years. The Milky Way itself is on a collision course with the Andromeda Galaxy. About 4 billion years from now, they will begin to merge, creating a single, enormous galaxy. Though the thought of collision sounds violent, it is strangely peaceful on a cosmic scale. Because stars are so far apart, they almost never collide. Instead, the galaxies weave together, reshaping their spiral arms, stirring clouds of gas, and sparking the birth of new stars. For rest, picture galaxies as dancers, moving in slow motion across a grand ballroom of space. Their steps take millions of years, yet their rhythm is perfect. You are in that ballroom too, swaying gently with them. No hurry, no clash, just a serene, beautiful dance, infinite and calm. Fact 89. Cosmic background radiation is the universe's faint whisper. If you tune an old radio between channels, the static you hear is not only noise, it's partly the cosmic microwave background radiation, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang. This radiation fills the universe, left over from when the cosmos was only 380,000 years old. At that time, the universe cooled enough for atoms to form, and light was finally able to travel freely. That light has stretched into microwaves over billions of years, becoming a gentle glow that still surrounds us. To scientists, this radiation is a treasure, a photograph of the infinite universe. To us, it's like the soft hum of existence itself. For sleep, imagine the universe whispering to you through this background glow, a sound too soft to disturb, too subtle to notice, yet always there, like the quiet hum of your own breathing. The cosmos is never truly silent. It hums a lullaby that has lasted for nearly 14 billion years. Tonight, that lullaby is yours too. Fact 90. Rogue planets drift through the dark alone. Not every planet has a star. Some planets form in solar systems but are later ejected by gravitational forces, flung into the cold darkness of interstellar space. These lonely wanderers are called rogue planets. They drift silently, with no sun to warm them, no orbit to follow, just eternal night. Though this sounds desolate, rogue planets are strangely peaceful. They carry their own heat from formation, and some may even harbor subsurface oceans beneath thick ice. Entire hidden worlds, adrift between stars, waiting quietly in the dark. For rest, think of yourself as a rogue planet tonight. Alone, but not lonely. Floating freely, unbound, wrapped in your own warmth. You drift calmly through darkness, untouched, serene. Like the rogue planets, you are carried by the currents of the cosmos, needing nothing but stillness. Fact 91. Cosmic voids are vast regions of nothingness. When astronomers map the large-scale structure of the universe, they find a cosmic web, filaments of galaxies, clusters, and superclusters, stretching like threads of light. But between these threads are voids, immense regions almost completely empty. Some voids are hundreds of millions of light years across, containing only a few galaxies scattered in the dark. To picture this, imagine a spider's web, delicate and glowing, suspended in the night. The filaments are bright with galaxies, but the spaces in between the voids are vast, silent expanses. For sleep, think of voids as the universe's way of creating balance. Just as you need pauses between breaths, the cosmos needs silence between its clusters. Tonight, you can rest in your own quiet void, the space between thoughts, between movements, where stillness and peace live. Fact 92. Quasars shine brighter than entire galaxies at the center of some galaxies. Supermassive black holes feed on surrounding gas and dust. As matter falls inward, it heats up, releasing incredible amounts of energy. These luminous engines are called quasars, and they can outshine all the stars in their galaxy combined. A single quasar can be thousands of times brighter than the Milky Way, visible across billions of light. Imagine a beacon so powerful it pierces the universe's darkness from unimaginable distances. For rest, think of quasars as cosmic nightlights. They burn not to frighten, but to comfort, guiding travelers across endless dark. Tonight, you need no quasar, because your own inner light shines softly, enough to guide you through the landscapes of your dreams. Fact 93. Cosmic dust creates beauty and mystery when we think of the universe. We often picture shining stars and glowing galaxies, but between them drifts something humble: cosmic dust. These are tiny grains, smaller than a speck of sand, made of carbon, silicon, and ice. And yet, dust is essential. It scatters light, paints nebulae with glowing colors, and provides the building blocks for planets, moons, and even life. Without cosmic dust, there would be no Earth, no oceans, no you. For sleep, imagine cosmic dust drifting like glitter in a shaft of starlight, swirling slowly in silence. It floats, weightless, patient, timeless. You too are stardust, your very body made from ancient cosmic grains. As you rest, feel the deep connection. You are not separate from the universe, you are its child, born of dust and light. Fact 94. The observable universe has a horizon. Though the universe may be infinite, we can only see a part of it. The observable universe. Light takes time to travel, and since the universe is 13.8 billion years old, we can only observe objects whose light has had time to reach us. That creates a cosmic horizon, like the edge of an ocean we cannot cross. Beyond that horizon, galaxies continue to exist, but their light has not yet arrived. It's as though the universe keeps secrets, hidden just beyond our view. For sleep, picture yourself standing at a shoreline, looking out at a vast sea. The horizon stretches far, but you don't need to sail across it tonight. It's enough to know the sea is there, endless, waiting. In the same way, your dreams will carry you beyond horizons, into places your waking eyes cannot yet see. Fact 95. The universe has no center. One of the most surprising truths is that the universe has no center. When we think of explosions, we imagine a starting point. But the Big Bang wasn't an explosion in space, it was an expansion of space itself. Everywhere was the beginning, and everywhere is still expanding. If you ask where the center of the universe is, the answer is simple: teres noni. Every point is as central as any other. That includes you, lying in bed, breathing gently. You are not at the edge of creation, nor outside its story. You are woven into its very center, because there is no single center. For sleep, imagine yourself at the heart of everything, cradled not in a distant corner but in the fabric itself. You belong exactly where you are, and tonight, that place is enough. Fact 96. Black holes can merge in cosmic dances. In the deep quiet of space, black holes sometimes find each other. They circle, spiraling closer in a gravitational dance, their immense masses curving space and time around them. When they finally merge, they release ripples called gravitational waves, tiny shivers in the fabric of the cosmos, traveling across billions of light. Astronomers on Earth have listened to these faint echoes with delicate instruments, hearing the universe hum in frequencies too subtle for human ears. For sleep, imagine the black holes as dancers in slow motion, turning gracefully in a ballroom of stars. They never rush, only drift closer, step by step, until they embrace as one. Let your breath follow their rhythm, slow, steady, unhurried, spiraling softly into rest. Fact 97. The universe may end in silence. Cosmologists wonder how the universe will end. One possibility is the heat death. Stars burn out, galaxies fade, and black holes evaporate, leaving only darkness and silence. It sounds bleak, but think of it differently. The universe began with fire, and may end in quiet rest. Like a song that fades to silence, or a candle that burns down, the cosmos may drift into eternal slumber. For sleep, imagine this, universal rest as a gentle lullaby. There is no fear in silence, only peace. Just as the stars will someday sleep, so too can you close your eyes tonight, joining the rhythm of the cosmos in its great cycle of rest. Fact 98. Wormholes may bridge distant places. Theorists dream of wormhole shortcuts through space and time. If they exist, they would connect distant regions of the universe, like tunnels, allowing travelers to leap across light years in moments. Though no one has ever seen a wormhole, the math suggests they could be possible. For sleep, picture a wormhole not as something frightening, but as a bridge of light. You step onto it and are carried effortlessly, not across galaxies, but across your own thoughts. One step, and you're no longer worried about tomorrow, no longer clinging to yesterday. You're already there, in the calmness of now. Tonight, dreams are your wormholes, transporting you where your waking self cannot go. Fact 99. Stars live, age, and die like living beings. Stars are not eternal. They are born from clouds of dust, ignite, and shine for millions or billions of years. Some live gently, like our sun, glowing steadily. Others burn fiercely and die young in spectacular supernova. When they die, they leave behind remnants, white dwarfs, neutron stars, or black holes. It's a reminder that even stars, those eternal-seeming guardians of night, have lifespans. For rest, think of yourself as a star not eternal, but luminous in your own way. Each breath you take is a glow, each heartbeat a flicker of light. Like stars, you are part of the cycle, born from dust, burning brightly, and someday returning to the cosmos. Tonight, your light is steady, gentle, enough to guide you into sleep. Fact 100. You are the universe looking at itself. Perhaps the most beautiful truth is this: you are made of stardust. The atoms in your body were forged in ancient stars, scattered across space, gathered into planets, and shaped into life. When you look at the night sky, the universe is not something outside you, it is you, gazing back at itself. This fact ties all others together: the galaxies, the quasars, the voids, the dust. They are not separate stories, but your own ancestry written in light. For sleep, let this thought cradle you. You are the cosmos, resting in its own embrace. The universe expands, the stars burn, the black holes merge. But tonight, you need only breathe. You are safe, you are infinite, you are home.